On tonight's episode, we are talking the new true story film, Last Breath. This is now in theaters. Pretty incredible story. We're going to chat about it. Over on the TV side, my boy Matt Murdock is back. Daredevil, baby. Daredevil has finally returned after all these years. Daredevil Born Again hit Disney Plus today with the first two episodes. We're going to talk about it. We also checked out the new show, Grosse Pointe Garden Society. Yeah, we'll talk about it. And the new documentary, Devil in the Family. Oh my goodness. Craziness abound. We're, of course, going to get into the news of the week as well, so strap on in. It's time for Am I on the Air? Well, all right, all right, all right. What is going down, my friends? Welcome to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news in television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis. It's season 29, episode 24, and tonight's show is titled The Devil's Work is Never Done. We're going to be breaking down the news from February the 26th through today, March the 4th. I got one movie to talk about. We got 3 TV shows to talk about. You heard it in the intro, so it's no surprise. And then, of course, we'll get into it with all the news of the week. So strap on in and let's get her going. Over on the movie side, I checked out this weekend's only big new release, Last Breath. Now, this is one that when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, it looks pretty good, but I wasn't like clamoring to see it. It was almost felt like watching the trailer that this should be like a streaming movie. It just looked like a streaming movie to me, and I was kind of on the fence. Do I see it or not? I ended up leaning into, yeah, let's go see it because I do like true stories. I'm a sucker for true stories, man. And this one here is a true story about seasoned deep sea divers who battling the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. This one here has Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. They're 3 deep sea divers who go down. They're trying to fix something underneath this oil rig, but there's a massive storm going on. And while Finn Cole and Simu Liu are under there, like 300 feet below sea deck, the storm that's happening rocks the boat and shakes it to where it pulls on them. Now they're connected to the ship by these what they call umbilicals, right? These cords kind of keeping their oxygen going and keeping them tied for safety. And Finn Cole's umbilical gets snapped, and he's pretty much lost to the darkness. And then the movie becomes a rescue mission. Are we rescuing him before his oxygen runs out? Or is it going to be a body recovery movie after that point? You don't know which way it's going. I had no clue what happened in the original story, so I was sitting there watching with bated breath saying, which way is this movie going to take me? Overall, this was a really solid film, and I'm glad I went and saw it in the theater. So as much as I said, this looks like a streaming movie, it was done very, very well. And I thought Woody was great. I thought Simu Liu was great. I thought Finn Cole, playing the true life diver that gets left behind underwater, was really, really solid. Um, it does its thing, man. The movie's 90 minutes long. It's an hour and a half. It's quickly paced. You get in, you get out. And it was emotional at times, man. I had to fight back a little bit of tears here and there with the way things were playing out. And they got me. They got me good. So I think it's a solid watch. Whether you watch it in theaters, I mean, it's not really a run out and see it kind of movie in theaters. So if you want to wait till it's, streaming somewhere at home, I think you'll be all right. But I do think you should definitely check this one out. It is a super solid film. And I would give Last Breath 3 breaths out of 5. So right there, it was a very solid film. All right. Over on the TV side, I'm happy to jump right into it, guys. Daredevil Born Again. I've waited for this show for so long. Daredevil was such an amazing show when it hit Netflix years ago, right? We got this kickoff. We got Charlie Cox coming in playing Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. We had Vincent D'Onofrio playing Wilson Fisk, and we were off to the races. It was such a great show, and it ran for 3 seasons on Netflix, and then got abruptly canceled because Marvel decided we don't want Netflix doing our Marvel TV shows. We want to do them ourselves, especially with this new thing called Disney Plus that we're doing. And we'll see what ends up happening. Then, fast forward years later, they decide, you know what? We do want to bring Daredevil back. And Matt Murdock, man, who could play Matt Murdock in the MCU? Well, you know what? Charlie Cox can't be beat. This guy is awesome. They brought him back. We saw him pop up in a quick cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home. And then we got Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, popping up in the Hawkeye series. So then we brought these characters into the MCU, right? Matt Murdock popping up in Spider-Man, Fisk, the Kingpin, popping up in Hawkeye, and then popping up again in Echo, and then coming full circle back to a Daredevil show, right? Bringing Daredevil and the Kingpin face to face once again. And here we are, man. The first 2 episodes dropped on Disney Plus today. I've watched the first 2 episodes, and man, we're off to the races. The show picks up pretty much right where you would think the Netflix show leaves off. It feels like it's still on Netflix. It has that grittiness. It has that tone. It is violent. It is abrupt. It is gritty. And it feels good, man. It doesn't feel like a typical MCU show on Disney Plus. It really doesn't. I will, and some people might massacre me for this because everybody, of course, is loving it so much, and it's at 90% Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just so great. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little slow. It's a little slow. And I feel like this is the show that's really gonna ramp up as the season goes on. Episode 1 kicks off with a bang. The first 10 minutes are crazy. Crazy. And I was like, holy shit, we are back. And then after those 10 minutes, the rest of that hour is really slow. But I was okay with it because it's like world building, right? We're back with these characters. We got to see where everybody's been at, where everybody's going, what's going on in their lives. I kind of understood it. So then I get to the second episode. And the second episode's really fucking slow also for the first, you know, 45 minutes of the hour. And then there's a really cool action scene at the very end of the episode that got me hyped. And then the credits started rolling. And I was like, oh my God. But listen, yes, it's a slow burn. Some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. I'm I'm liking it because I love these characters and I like what they're doing, but it could be faster paced. It really could. It is a slow, slow burn right now. But like I said, I do get the vibe that as the episodes go on, it's just going to kind of build and build and build to a crescendo that's going to be incredible. So I'm excited about it. But yes, very solid start for these first 2 episodes, and can't wait to see what you guys think about it. All right, our next show over on TV, time to check out something new. And I checked out the new show, Grosse Pointe Garden Society. I know this sounds a little weird. This is on NBC and Peacock. And this one's about 4 members of a suburban garden club who get entangled in a scandalous murder. They're forced to bury the body in their own flower beds. In this juicy drama, everyone's got dirt, but some secrets never stay buried. Um, this one here I really started watching because Melissa Fumero's in this, and I love her in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She's just incredible, and I was really sold because she was on this show. But Anna Sophia Ross is in this. Ben Rappaport is in this. It's got a really cool core cast, and it's one of those kind of shows that's like I don't love it, but I like it and I'm intrigued to see where it goes. It's one of these shows that shows you what happens, right? There's a murder, but then we flash back and how did we get there and what's going on and everyone's got secrets and it's kind of a throwback kind of show. Almost feels a little Desperate Housewivesy to an extreme. But I'm curious to see where the show takes me. I've only been able to watch the first episode. It's a weekly rollout and we'll see how it goes, but a pretty decent start for Grosse Pointe Garden Society. And then lastly, going over to the documentary side, I checked out Devil in the Family, The Fall of Ruby Franke. Man, I knew nothing about this story. And then I watched this documentary and I was blown away. The craziness here, the absolute batshit craziness of Ruby Franke and what happened to her poor family. When popular vlogger Ruby Franke is arrested for child abuse in August of 2023, it quickly becomes one of the biggest trending stories in America. For years, the Franke's YouTube channel had documented a wholesome, happy family with nearly 3 million subscribers tuning in at its peak. But as the cracks began to show, the family turned to counselor Jody Hildebrand for guidance and rapidly found themselves trapped in a nightmare. Um, I'm not going to say much about this one because if you don't know this story, I just want you to watch the documentary and see this thing unfold. It's crazy. It really, really is crazy. Watch the trailer and you'll be like, yep, I'm going to watch that. It's 3 episodes. It's an easy binge. Did it right over the weekend, and I'm glad I did. This was a hell of a story and an emotional story too at times. Definitely worth the watch. So check this out. It is streaming over on Hulu. All right, so that's what we got. We got Last Breath now in theaters, 3 out of 5 stars. Over on the TV side, Daredevil Born Again. It is back, Disney Plus. First 2 episodes dropped. Grosse Pointe Garden Society over on Peacock, and Devil in the Family: The Fall of Ruby Franke over on Hulu. All right, let's get into the box office over here. At number 10, it's One of Them Days. Number 9, The Unbreakable Boy. Number 8, Hard Eyes, which is now available on premium VOD as of today. Number 7, Nizatu. Number 6, Mufasa the Lion King. Number 5, Dogman. Number 4, Paddington in Peru. Number 3, The Monkey. Number 2 is Last Breath. That's right. Our new review of the week came out at number 2 in its debut with 7.8 million. And number 1, once again, for the third week in a row, is Captain America Brave New World, bringing in $14.8 million. Pretty low weekend overall. Good to see Captain America holding it down. All right, guys, with that stuff out the way, let's get into our news of the week. So before I get into the nittiest of the grittiest of the week, of course, over the weekend was the Oscars, my friends. The massive ceremony that went down, the 2025 Oscars, hosted by Conan O'Brien. And yeah, it was a hell of a ceremony. It actually streamed live over on Hulu and on TV. What was it? I think it was on ABC. But I just want to go through the winners of the major categories here for all of you that were wondering or maybe missed it. Best Picture went to Anora. Best Actress went to Mikey Madison for Anora. Best Actor went to Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Best Supporting Actor went to Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. Best Supporting Actress went to Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. Best Director went to Sean Baker for Anora. Best Cinematography went to The Brutalist. Best Animated Feature went to Flow. Best Animated Short was In the Shadow of the Cypress. Best Costume Design went to Wicked. Original Screenplay went to Anora. Best Adapted Screenplay went to Conclave. Best Makeup and Hairstyling went to The Substance. Best Film Editing was Anora. Best Production Design went to Wicked. Best Original Song went to El Mal from Emilia Perez. Best Documentary Short was The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Best Documentary Feature was No Other Land. Best Sound for Dune Part 2. Best Visual Effects, Dune Part 2. Best Live Action Short, I'm Not a Robot. Best International Feature was I'm Still Here. Best Original Score was The Brutalist. So there you go. That is the Oscar winners broken down here real quick for you. And now we'll get into the nittiest of the grittiest. So, again, if you want to watch any of these trailers or you want to read any of these full articles that I don't want to spoil for you, you can check out all of this stuff on our X page. Go to x.com/am I on the air. You don't even need to be a subscriber. You can just go to that URL and check all this stuff out, okay? So now that Daredevil has dropped today, here's the rest of the MCU projects for 2025. Again, Daredevil Born Again today, March 4th. Thunderbolts, May 2nd. Ironheart hitting Disney Plus on June 24th. Fantastic Four on July 25th. Eyes of Wakanda, an animated feature coming to Disney Plus on August 6th. In October, we get Marvel Zombies, and then in December, another Disney Plus show for Wonder Man. So that's the schedule there for the rest of the year. Two more films and a handful of Disney Plus shows. We have the first trailer for Havoc. This is Tom Hardy as a bruised detective fighting his way through a criminal underworld that threatens to engulf his entire city. Havoc is written and directed by Gareth Evans, and this premieres on April 25th. Here's what I'm going to say about Havoc. I've seen this movie already. I saw this movie like 6 months ago. It's not very good. It really isn't very good, and I'll talk about it more when the movie comes out. I'm just sad because Gareth Evans is such an amazing director. He knows action. He is all about it. I mean, this is the guy that did The Raid. It was incredible, and this movie just doesn't live up to that, man. It's just the action isn't all that there, and it's not all that great. It has moments for sure, but overall, definitely a letdown. Now, I will say, I'll put it out there. I saw this movie a long time ago in a work in progress format. So maybe they've done more reshoots, maybe they've enhanced some things, and maybe it's a little bit better of a film. So maybe I'll check it out once again when it hits Netflix on April 25th. So we'll see. We also have the new trailer for Nicolas Cage's next film, The Surfer. This hits theaters on May 2nd. Wow, was this a trailer? This trailer looks insane. For a movie just called The Surfer, I kind of blew it off at first, and then I watched the trailer and I was really impressed and thought it was really solid. Looks like a crazy ass Nick Cage kind of film. I'll be watching this one for sure. Supernatural stars Jared Padalecki, Misha Collins have joined the cast of the final season of The Boys. That's right. Jensen Ackles has already been on The Boys as Soldier Boy, and now he's bringing his supernatural friends, Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins, to join him as well. So it's a reunion of the supernatural guys over on The Boys. So I love it, man. They even put out a cool little video showing that they're all getting back together. I love it. In some really sad news, man, we found out that Michelle Trachtenberg passed away. Now, we haven't seen her in a long time, but man, if you grew up in the 90s, the early 2000s, you knew Michelle, man. Best known for her roles in Gossip Girl, Harriet the Spy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I always think about what is it, road no, not road trip, Euro Trip. I always think about Euro Trip when I think of her. She was awesome, and very sad, man. 30, I think she was only 39 years old. um it's just so sad to see. So our thoughts and prayers are out to her family and friends. We have the first teaser trailer for Another Simple Favor. That's right. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively are back, and the new movie streams on May 1st over on Prime Video. I like this little teaser. It's only a little over a minute long. But hey, man, A Simple Favor was one of those movies. The original film was one of those films that I was kind of like meh about, and then watched it and was like, I love this film. It was such a good film. I think it was in my top 10 of that year. And so I'm excited for a sequel, man. I'm ready. So this looks really good, and I'm ready to see what it does. So Another Simple Favor streaming May 1st on Prime Video. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 supposed to come out next year. That's right. We're actually not going to have to wait that long. Late 2026 is slated for second season, so I love it. Had a fun time with that first season. Mobland. This is the new Paramount Plus show with Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan. It will release on March 30th. Billy Zane and Scott Adkins face off in the trailer for Day of Reckoning. We have the trailer for Mob Cops. This is David Arquette's new crime movie. Doctor Who Season 2 release date. Yes, we found out that the next season will drop on April 12th. Jeremy Allen White has reportedly passed on the Sergeant Rock movie for DC. We have the first look at Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre for Lanterns. That's right. James Gunn dropped the first look photo as they've started filming. Nothing much to see here. It is a picture of Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre walking down the street. If Kyle Chandler wasn't wearing a Green Lantern ring, you'd probably have no idea this was even for lanterns. So, kind of an interesting first look photo, but I like that they threw something out there to be like, look, we're filming this thing, we're ready to go. So remember, Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan, Aaron Pierre is John Stewart. Lanterns is a new HBO original series from DC Studios, and they are now currently in production. So love it. We have some details on Sean Levy's Star Wars film. Supposedly, it will star Ryan Gosling. It is a standalone film. It is set around 5 to 6 years after Episode 9. It might possibly bring back some of the sequel trilogy characters, and it will be the next Star Wars film to start production. So, good to see that Sean Levy is ahead of schedule there and getting ready to jump into his Star Wars. All right. We have the trailer. Speaking of Doctor Who, Nikuti Gatwa teams up with Verada Sithu in the new trailer for Doctor Who Season 2. Premieres April 20th on Disney Plus and the BBC, so check out that trailer. Detective Stabler is back in the new season of Law and Order Organized Crime, and we have the new trailer as well. Season 5 streams on Peacock exclusively starting on April 17th. Speaking of Daredevil, they are now currently filming the next season of Daredevil Born Again, so I love that they're not wasting no time. We're jumping right into it. And Scream star Matthew Lillard is joining the cast for the next season, so nice little addition there. We have the all new trailer for The Ballad of Wallace Island. This hits theaters on March 28th, starring Carey Mulligan, and Tom Baston, and Tim Key. We have the trailer for The Assessment. Elizabeth Olsen and Alicia Vikander, along with Himesh Patel, star in the official trailer for The Assessment. This hits theaters on March 21st. This trailer is pretty batshit crazy. I love everybody involved in this. And, I don't know if it's a movie I would run up to the theater to see, but it looks pretty intense. So I'll definitely be watching it at some point. Nathan Fielder stars in the official teaser trailer for The Rehearsal Season 2. The new season will premiere April 20th over on Max. We have the new Red Band trailer for David Ayer's A Working Man. This is Jason Statham's new movie. This hits theaters this month on March 28th. I'm looking forward to this one here. Hopefully, it's just even a quarter of how fun The Beekeeper was. So I'm looking forward to A Working Man. We have our first teaser, and I mean little teaser. It's about 20 seconds of Shrek 5. That's right. Your first look at the new Shrek movie, which is officially hits theaters on December 23rd, 2026. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz are all back, and they have added Zendaya to the cast as Shrek's daughter. We have the new trailer for Death of a Unicorn. This also hits theaters on March 28th. Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, and Will Poulter star in this movie, which looks awesome. I'm so excited for this movie as well. We got some good stuff coming out here in March. In some sad news, once again, the passing of Gene Hackman. Um, yeah, man. 95 years old. Pretty damn insane. Of course, I always think of Lex Luthor when I see Gene Hackman because that's what I grew up with. But I always think about how awesome he was in Enemy of the State with Will Smith. He was so good in that. He was great in every role he did. We haven't seen him in a long time because I know he retired, kind of got out of the limelight. But yeah, very sad that he passed alongside his wife. Actually, him and his wife passing at the same time when people found them. Um, who knows what really happened? It sounds like there's an investigation going on because there are some crazy elements to this. But at the end of the day, it is a sad passing. But 95 years old, an amazing life. So rest in peace, Gene Hackman. All right, we have the trailer for Side Quest. This is Mythic Quest's spin-off series that is coming to Apple TV Plus. So I love that because Mythic Quest is great. So give me some more in that world for sure. A Crazy Rich Asians TV show is in development over at Max, and John M. Chu is coming back to help get that one going. Lisa Kudrow and Brian Cox are stuck in a haunted house in the new trailer for The Parenting, which is coming to Max next month. A Walk to Remember reboot is in development. She-Hulk's Tatiana Maslany is set to lead Apple TV Plus's new show Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. I love Tatiana, so I'll definitely check this out just for her, but glad to see her stepping up for a new project. We have the winners for the 2025 Razzie Awards. I will not read the winners because, like I said, just like when I didn't read the nominees, I think this award show is pretty fucked up. I think every movie deserves some love. Movies are hard to make, and I don't think it's fun to have a show or an award ceremony that just makes fun of movies. So, but it's there if that's something you want to read. Agatha Christie's Toward Zero. We have the new trailer. Angelica Houston and Matthew Rhys star in the new mystery show. We also have the trailer for Audrey's Children. This stars Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones. This is a new true story. Alicia Vikander joins the cast for Remain, which is M. Night Shyamalan's next movie. Saoirse Ronan and Austin Butler are set to star in A24's new movie Deep Cuts. We have the trailer for Control Freak. This is Kelly Marie Tran's new Hulu horror movie. Euphoria season 3 is confirmed that Sharon Stone will be in it. So there you go. We heard it for a rumor for a while, but now it is confirmed. Paw Patrol 3 is moving forward, and we got an article up with the tentative cast, synopsis, and features, so you can check that out if you're interested. We have the final trailer for Minecraft the movie, which I think looks like a lot of fun. I remember when they said they were making a Minecraft movie, I was like, this is stupid. But then I thought, I thought the same thing with the Lego movie, and that movie turned out to be amazing. So I'm actually pretty damn excited for this Minecraft movie because I think it could be a ton of fun. So check out this new trailer. Jack Black, Creepers, Jason Momoa. It's got everything you need. So check it out and enjoy. Speaking of the Beekeeper, I just mentioned the Beekeeper, and now we're going to get a Beekeeper 2. That's right. Jason Statham's sequel is moving forward, although um, David Ayer is not returning to direct the sequel. Unfortunately, he's got some other projects he's working on, but they have found a new director and they are moving forward with The Beekeeper 2. So I'm excited about that. Michael Cera takes a road trip with Kristen Stewart in the new trailer for Sacramento. We have the trailer for Bosch Legacy Season 3. This is the final season of the Prime Video police procedural. We have the trailer for Mid Century Modern. This is the first trailer for Hulu's Nathan Lane Matt Bomber sitcom. Um, Let's see. Oh, let me talk some more about that Tatiana Maslany show. Like I said, Apple TV Plus. It's a darkly comedy that's called Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. She will star as a divorced mom dealing with blackmail, murder, and youth soccer. There you go. Hey, man, it's on Apple TV Plus, which gives me even more hope because pretty much every show Apple TV Plus drops is fire. Let's see here. We got all 12 spin-offs that CBS could be airing next TV season. So check out that article if you're interested. Kristen Ritter has joined the cast of the Dexter Resurrection show that's currently filming. I love it because I love Kristen Ritter and I love Dexter, and I'm so happy for this new season. And I'm glad to see her join the cast. It's pretty damn cool. So congrats, Kristen Ritter. Coming up for Dexter Resurrection. The Office spinoff, an original cast member is set to reprise his role in the upcoming Peacock comedy. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but the article is posted. I don't want to spoil it for people that don't know. But I'll tell you this, it's not an A level or a B level character from the show. But someone is returning, and you can check it out if you're interested. The prognosis for Doc is excellent, as Fox's medical drama has scored a 22 episode second season. Um, Let me see here. Only Murders in the Building is officially filming now for season 5. We have the final trailer for The Electric State. Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt for the Russo brothers' new film. This is a really good movie. This is another one that I watched like a year ago, and I'm glad it's finally coming out so everybody else can see it. So check it out. It hits Netflix this Friday. Actually, no, in 10 days. So next week, March 14th, is The Electric State. Definitely check it out. Um, Congratulations to Sean Baker once again over on the Oscars. He made Oscars history by becoming the first person to win 4 Academy Awards in one night for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Editing. The Princess and the Frog television show has been canceled over at Disney Plus. Danielle Deadweiler faces a sinister entity in the new trailer for The Woman in the Yard. Um, we got an article up with the Oscars 2025 in memoriam snubs. This happens every year. They skipped Michelle Trachtenberg, they skipped Tony Todd, and a whole bunch more. So check out the article there for that. The Fifth Descendants movie has expanded its cast, and you can meet Robin Hood's son and Shmi's twins, and a whole bunch more. Check that out if you're interested in the Descendants. The Handmaid's Tale sequel, The Testaments, has found its cast, so you can check that out if you're interested. Marvel TV status report. We got the latest on the Vision series, Wonder Man, The Punisher, and 10 other series. So check out this article if you want to know more on the Marvel side. Succession creator Jesse Armstrong, his new film premieres in the spring over on Max. It will star Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef. Kevin Bacon becomes the Devil's Bounty Hunter in the first Red Band trailer for The Bondsman. This starts streaming April 3rd over on Prime Video. We talked about Mobland a little bit earlier today about its premiere date, but now we have a trailer. Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and Helen Mirren star in Mobland. The new Guy Ritchie series premieres March 30th over on Paramount Plus. I'm excited to check this one out. This show started off as a Ray Donovan spinoff that was set in the same kind of world, and then they retooled it and revised it, and then now it's just its own thing. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what they came up with here for Mobland. Great cast. Celine Song's new film is going to be called Materialist, and it stars Dakota Johnson with Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal, and this is coming to theaters on June 13th. Scream 7 is bringing back another dead character. It's Dewey, my friends. Dewey. David Arquette is coming back. How are all these dead people coming back? I don't know, man. Is it a flashback? Are we doing some kind of soft reboot? I'm so curious to see what they're doing with the script here. But it'll be great to see David Arquette back. Going back to Dexter Resurrection, we talked about Kristen Ritter joining the cast, and as of today, they've added Neil Patrick Harris to the cast. So congratulations, love Neil Patrick Harris. So great little addition here for Dexter. We have the new trailer for Happy Face. This is Dennis Quaid playing a serial killer in the true crime series over that's coming to Paramount Plus. So check this one out. Looks cool. Robert Downey Jr.'s Vertigo is still in the works. They've got a writer working on it right now, and it is moving forward. So we'll see how that plays out. Russell Crowe's Bear Country cast has added Aaron Paul and Luke Evans to the cast. Vin Diesel is over here talking about all the demand for all these characters that he's played and how he's got to get ready to make all these sequels. I'm not kidding you, man. Vin does this every couple of years. He's a master of PR. We all know, that he's working on the last Fast and Furious movie. We know that he's doing a new Riddick movie, and that's about the extent of it. But in this article, he talks about how there's a demand for his character from The Last Witch Hunter. Guys, The Last Witch Hunter bombed. I don't know anybody that's demanding we get Last Witch Hunter 2. And I love Vin Diesel, but man, nobody's asking for Witch Hunter 2. And then he talks about a Groot solo movie. He talks about another Triple X. And he says all these things are in the works. So I don't know, man. Take it for a grain of salt. I think Vin just likes to hype himself up. But that's what he's saying. So I'll let you know about it. Tracy Morgan and Tina Fey are teaming up for a single camera comedy pilot over on NBC, where Morgan will star as a disgraced former football player on a mission to rehabilitate his image. I love it. It's a 30 Rock reunion here. Tina Fey, Tracy Morgan, let's do it. ESPN has canceled Around the Horn after a 23-year run. Man, that's a hell of a crash. Um, let's see here. FBI spinoffs, International and Most Wanted, have been canceled, so they're not wanted anymore. That's right, CBS has canceled International and Most Wanted over on the FBI franchise going forward. Rachel Weisz is set to star in Vladimir, which will be a limited series coming to Netflix. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of our show. And we did it right around that 30-minute mark. So perfect timing. So thank you so much for joining me and getting caught up with all the latest and the greatest. I appreciate you. Make sure you follow all the socials. It's amintheair.com. Everything you need is right then and there. Please follow along. Please bookmark it. Please share with your friends and family. Please spread the word, man. If you know people that love entertainment news, come on, spread the love. Like, let people know about it, because it needs to be presented out there to the world in a bigger platform for sure. So once again, amiontheair.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. You could like us on X. Give us a follow at Am I on the Air, or myself directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads. Am I on the Air is on Blue Sky. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all at simply Am I on the Air. and give us a follow on any podcast platform that you listen to. Give us a 5-star review, thumbs up, whatever you can on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere you listen to podcasts. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow on X at Red Dragons Radio and follow the Pop Culture Pros at popculture_pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me tonight. We're looking to go see Mickey 17 this weekend. There is an early screening I'm trying to get into for Novocaine, so hopefully I'll check that one out, and I could see that a week early too. So hopefully I'll have a couple good things to talk to you about on next week's show. So take care of yourselves and take care of yourselves and each other. Have an amazing week. Until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!